guys doing today? Today I'm recording my first YouTube video, and I'm going to be talking about a form of passive income, a way in which you can invest your stocks. So let's say you're young, only have $1,000 to invest, and you're not exactly sure how to invest it. You're scared to invest because you don't know much about stocks, and you're scared that you're going to lose your money. So this is my video for you, and I'm going to be helping you guys out. In my personal opinion, the best things to invest in are banks. The top 3 banks in Canada right now are number 1, RBC, number 2, TD, and number 3, Scotia. These banks are great to invest in. So, my personal favorite is Scotia. As you can see, I'm using Scotia iTrade. Company name, Scotia. Here is the stock for Bank of Nova Scotia. It's currently sitting at $52.40 a share. Now, you have $1,000 to invest. This is a very good thing to invest in. It is one of the safest banks to TD, RBC, and Scotia are some of the safest banks to invest in, as they have a ton of money. They're banks, right? Banks will be able to give you. Banks are able to. I was actually reading an article the other day saying how the Bank of Nova Scotia and TD are both capable of paying dividends to all of their people, all the people that are with their bank for the next 50 years if they stopped receiving all types of income. That's crazy. So if you're setting yourself a goal for the next 10 to 20 years, you're safe. You're very safe with these banks. Your money is in trusted hands. So let's go over here to Google Calculator. I'm going to show you a way that you can invest that $1,000. So let's take your $1,000, divide that by 52.40. Now you have 19 shares. You're a holder of 19 shares in the Bank of Nova Scotia. Multiply that by 0.90. Now, like I was telling you, this is your dividends. Basically, dividends is going to be paying you every 3 months. So you, just for holding those shares, you have 17.1 every 3 months. Divide that by 3. This is how much you'll be receiving every month. Multiply by 12. How much you'll be receiving per year. So you're receiving $70 per year if you invest $1,000. So the best method to use this to your advantage, is by reinvesting the money you get from dividends. So if you had $1,000, now you have 1,070 because you received 70 that year from dividends, divided by 52.40 equals out to be 20.50. Now you have a little bit more shares, multiplied by 0.90. Now you have 18.45 every 3 months, divided by 3 is every month, and divided by 12 is every year. So you made 68 the year before, now you're making 73. Now you continue to do this process, you can continue doing it for 20 years, and you will tremendously improve your income. A really good mindset to have is from every paycheck, put aside 10% of that paycheck. So as you can see, $10,000. If you're able to make $10,000 by putting aside 10% of your income here and there, that's really good. If you can put aside $10,000 in 1 year. So now take that $10,000 and divide it by 52.40. Now you have 190 shares. 190 shares multiplied by 0.90 is equal to 171 every 3 months, equals 60, about 60 every month, multiplied by 12, about 700 a year. So if you can put aside 10,000 this year, then by the end of the year you can make 700. That is really, really good, guys. And after 20 years of doing this, so it's a very long-term investment, but if you do it now, you're smart enough to do it now. In the future, you can have the future made. It's a great way to have passive income, additional income to your everyday income. Your work income is going to help you a lot, guys. I'm telling you. So I already did the math here, and if you put aside 10,000 this year, in 20 years from now, this is how many shares you'll be holding. 707.82. Now, if you divide that, or sorry, if you multiply that by 0.90, which is your dividends, you get about 637 every 3 months. 637 every 3 months divided by 3 is 212, multiplied by 12 is an additional 2,500 each year. 2,550 added to your annual income. So if you have an annual income of, let's say, 40,000, you're adding that 2,500 just from having making an investment of 10,000 20 years prior to this. That is excellent. This is an amazing way for a young person to make some money in stocks. Now, let me see if there's a way I can look at the Bank of Nova Scotia's, the other information for it. BMO also being a really good one to invest in. Okay, here it is. So before stocks crashed, they were at about Bank of Nova Scotia was at about 70.22 a share. Now, is it about, let's see what it's at. Now is at about 52.40 a share. That is, but also keep in mind that the dividends did not go down. It was at about 90 cents before the stock market crash and after. This is excellent. Really good banks to look into. TD as well. TD was at about 70. Let's see what it's at now. TD was at about 70 per share. Now is sitting at 56.25 a share. Keep in mind also, if you wanted to, you can invest the 10,000 now. 20 years from now, you're going to be getting about 2,500 a year dividends. But if you wanted to, you could still flip that 10,000 to 40,000 by selling off all your stocks if you really were interested in that. The number one ranked bank is RBC. The symbol for is RY. Royal Bank of Canada. This one is quite high, 84.18. It's sitting at a dividends of about $1.08. Now, these are the 3 best ones to invest in. There is other options for you guys, like BMO, and this one is quite good, CM, Canadian Imperial Bank. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something about Canadian Imperial Bank. Canadian Imperial Bank stocks are 81.84 and pay a dividends of $1.46. This is really high, $1.46. But this bank is not the safest bank to invest in like the other ones that I showed you. And yeah. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I'm going to be talking to you, next video I'm going to be talking about other ways of making passive income, like you know, there's so many different ways. There's Kijiji, just selling things on Kijiji, junk you have laying around. Now that's a way to make some passive income. There's all types of different ways. And next video I'm gonna be sharing a whole different way for you guys that you can so you guys can make some money in the future. Thank you.